Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how are you doing? So in today's video we're going to take a look at the football stadiums in the Russian Premier League, and much like I was saying the other day in the MLS, this league has got some seriously gorgeous, massive, high-tech stadiums, and they were all really developed for the World Cup in Russia a couple of years back, so there are some absolute beauties. So let's take a look at them together in this ASMR video meant to help you relax and maybe even fall asleep. If you enjoy the video, click like. Don't forget to tell me which stadium is your favourite. At the end I'll be telling you my personal favourite. And like the video, subscribe, and don't forget to comment and tell me which football league you want me to do next. I'll be happy to do that as soon as I can. Already completed are the MLS, English Premier League, German Bundesliga and Serie A, and I've already prepped the Scottish Premier League as well, so that's on its way next. So apart from those, which one would you like to see? Drop a comment. Let's get started. These beauties are waiting for us. So, football stadiums, Akhmat Grozny, who are having, usually they're relegation candidates, but this year, for whatever reason, they finished really high up the league. So Akhmat Grozny is in the very southern part of the country, just above the Caucasus, and the Akhmat Arena houses 30,597. It's got that much larger grandstand there with the sort of circle, semi-circle, whatever, of stands around it. So yeah, it's been redeveloped a couple of times, but that is the latest version of it, the Akhmat Arena. That's in Chechnya, excuse me, I was trying to remember the name of the place. You've heard of Chechnya probably, that's in Chechnya, okay. Now on to one of the many clubs from the capital. This is CSK in Moscow. You can see they sort of took what Chelsea did, having a hotel in it, but then made it bigger. So this is the VEB Arena, 30,457. If the camera panned up a little bit, you'd probably be able to see the next stadium, which is Dynamo Moscow, which is just literally over there, and Spartak is that way. They're all really close together. So yeah, this is CSK in Moscow, and I love the roof like not being the same height all the way around. I really like design ideas like that. So yeah, you can see the roof is slanting down and then goes back, it goes down again, and blah blah blah. So this is the VEB Arena. Dynamo Moscow, just literally over the horizon. This is the VTB Arena. It's a bit of a beauty, both in and outside. Yeah, I find it really original how it's like not in the middle, it's to the side there. I can't really see it from here, but like the hole is there rather than in the middle. Anyway, yeah, really nice stadium. And this was built for the World Cup, the VTB Arena, 26,319. Okay, next up. This one is not one of the new ones. This is a new club in the Premier League. It might get relegated though. Fakel Voronezh, Tsentralnyi Profsoyuz Stadion, 31,793. This is very typical of Eastern European stadiums prior to the World Cup, particularly in Russia. Most of the stadiums are at this sort of bowl. And you see this quite a lot in South America as well, African countries, and lots in Asian, sort of Middle Eastern countries, like Uzbekistan, and some in the Middle East. So yeah, this is quite a popular one, particularly where it's nice dry weather, where you don't have to have lots of roofs. So yeah, this is Fakel's stadium, 31,000. Another one of the smaller stadiums, Khimki, who are in risk of relegation as well. This is the Arena Khimki. This is to the north, the extreme north, on the outskirts of Moscow. So a smaller club, 18,636, quite a sort of large grandstand on that side there. I think that would correspond to there, actually. Oh no, probably the other way around. Yeah, there's the scoreboard. There's the scoreboard. Yeah. So this stadium is towards the north of Moscow, and Arena Khimki is its name. Okay, so next up is one of the absolute favourites for me, Krasnodar Arena. This is in the southern part of the country, 34,291. Not only is it beautiful from the outside in terms of the stadium itself, but also the sort of surrounding section here. They've got a nice park in this section here, but also inside the stadium they've got like half of the stadium is this massive wall of TVs, and they project different images throughout the match, and you can have replays on it and stuff. It's insane, the technology gone into it. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. And this is the Krasnodar Arena. They nearly got into the Champions League a couple of years back, but they didn't do too well in the final knockout. But yeah, pretty big club, and this hosted matches in the World Cup. This looks like Russia against Costa Rica, by the looks of it. Did those two teams play each other? Okay. And then next up is Krylia Sovetov Samara. This is sort of towards the, if you imagine European part of Russia, so you got Moscow in the middle of that, and this is to the east of that. So Solidarnost Arena, 44,918. That's what it looks like from the outside. It looks like a big tent. From the inside, look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. With a big roof. Again, hosted matches in the World Cup, I believe. So that is the Solidarnost Arena in Krylia Sovetov Samara. In Samara. Krylia Sovetov. Krylia Sovetov means like the wings of the Soviets. And Samara is the name of the city. Next is Lokomotiv Moscow. I remember this is the RZD Arena. I can't try saying that when you're drunk. 27,320. I remember this was one of the first. It's looking kind of dated now, but this was one of the first newer stadiums in Russia back in the day, and they used it for that purpose as their national stadium. I remember a rare occasion where Wales managed to get to a playoff to qualify for the European Championships in Portugal. This was back when we had like Ryan Giggs, Craig Bellamy, John Hartson playing, and Robbie Page was in defence for us, I think, and the current manager, and we drew 0-0 in the stadium, and then we lost 1-0 in the in the Millennium Stadium in Cardiff, whatever it's called now, Principality. And both those stadiums, this was sort of built on that ilk, much smaller capacity, 27,000, but it was that sort of brand new stadium at the time. Compared to all the newer ones, though, it is looking a little bit more dated, but this is for Lokomotiv Moscow. One of the smaller clubs, Orenburg-Gazovik Stadium, this is just 10,000, but I really like the roof. Like, it's got this clear design, and it doesn't sort of cover them. I don't really know its purpose. It's not going to protect them from the rain or anything, but yeah, it's just a really original design. I kind of like it. It's nice. It's nice and close and intimate, close to the pitch, to get as maximum support. So yeah, that's the Gazovik Stadium. Okay, one of my other favourites. This is the Paris Nizhny Novgorod Stadium, 44,819. I love the two things I love about it. Well, three: the colour, and four: the fact that it's right on the river, the circular shape, and then all these columns on the outside is really lush, and then on the inside, that colour as well coming in. So yeah, Paris Nizhny Novgorod. I think it was renamed Nizhny Novgorod, is the name of the club for years, and the name of the city itself. One of the largest cities in Russia. Okay, next up is the Rostov Arena in Rostov. This is in the southern part of the country again, not far from Krasnodar actually. So this is 45,000, and it's another really nice new stadium. Got a nice roof, and yeah, 2 tiers of seating, so quite a large stadium, and right on the river as well. Nice little garden section outside. Was used in the FIFA World Cup. Very nice. This is a really impressive stadium. It's actually not built for the World Cup. It was actually built for the Olympic Games because, curiously, Sochi, and this is a weird fact, no, Sochi held the Olympic Games. It wasn't the Winter Games, even though it's like on the beach, because they have mountains nearby. And so, maybe I'm misremembering something here. Maybe someone can correct me in the comment section. I feel like I'm having a nervous breakdown. Why would they have the Winter Games here on the beach? But didn't they do like fake snow or something? Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, I didn't pay much attention to the Olympics, if I'm honest, but it's a gorgeous stadium. Look at that beachfront as well. The Olympic Park is not far away. And then this is the view from inside. How stunning is that? It's 47,659. This is the Fisht Olympic Stadium. Technically, it's not in Sochi, though. I think Sochi is like over there somewhere. This was the section where they built the Olympic Park, but it wasn't exactly in Sochi itself. Sochi is sort of the Riviera, sort of very similar to Monaco area, so very sort of rich and prosperous, where people come to spend their money and go to the beach. So that is Sochi. My beloved Spartak. So really long story why I love Spartak Moscow. It's got to do with a save game on Football Manager about 15 years ago. But they are one of my favourite clubs in the world, and it got me really into the Russian league because I happened to be doing my degree in Spanish and Portuguese, and I was able to take some Russian, and I love football, and I thought, well, I'm doing Russian, I'll do a save game on Football Manager. Who shall I pick? Oh, I've heard of Spartak, I'll pick them. And then every year I bought the game, I ended up playing at least one save of Spartak Moscow, and so then I was able to watch them on TV because I managed to find out how to do that. So yeah, I've just loved Spartak Moscow for years, and they now play in their own stadium. They didn't have their own stadium for many years. They played in the national stadium, the Luzhniki, which we'll see momentarily. This is the Otkritie Arena, 44,307, and they are the most supported club in Russia. They are also in the capital, northwest, not far away from CSK and Dynamo, who are their biggest foes. And yeah, they're the best club ever. So Spartak Moscow, 44,307. Next up, Torpedo. So Torpedo Moscow, Torpedo, in the Luzhniki Stadium temporarily. This is the old national stadium, 81,000. It's an Olympic stadium, so it's got the running track around it as well. You've got the Olympic sort of flag part there. And Torpedo are just using it kind of like Tottenham and Arsenal and West Ham have used Wembley whilst they're redeveloping their stadium. I do not think that they can fill it though, because Spartak couldn't even fill the 81,000 when they were in it. Okay, and next up, one of my curious favourites, maybe it shouldn't be, but it's a bit of a weird one. Ural, Yekaterinburg. This is the central stadium, 35,696. It's a really odd design, the way that it's got this circle here, but then the actual stands are away from that middle section. It's very odd, but I love it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, that's where the stadium is. So if you're right at the top, does the roof get in your way? Can you still see properly? You're going to get sunburned. Like, it's very odd, isn't it? Maybe that's where you put the away fans. So that is 35,696 for Ural's stadium in Yekaterinburg. And last but not least, Zenit. So we were supposed to have the Champions League final here a couple of years ago, but it was moved to Paris. So this is for Zenit St. Petersburg's Krestovsky Stadium, 67,800. It's an absolutely beautiful stadium, very similar to Schalke's stadium, I think I would compare it with, in terms of the sort of the roof when it's closed. It looks very much like Schalke's stadium. And yeah, so this is right on so if you don't know anything about St. Petersburg is like loads of little islands with bridges. They had this ancient stadium for quite a while that looked very much like that. Yeah, it was so outdated for a club that's absolutely massive and playing in the Champions League every year and winning the league. So they finally built a new stadium for the World Cup. And this is what they came up with. Very beautiful. So this is the Krestovsky Stadium, 67,800 in St. Petersburg. So I know I'm a massive Spartak fan. But it is one of my favourite stadiums, but I have to say my favourite personally is going to be Krasnodar. I love this sort of wall of TVs on the side. I think it's so original, beautiful. I think Marseille have done it since. Is their stadium similar now? I can't remember. Someone else in Europe has done it since, but these did it first. So yeah, Krasnodar is my favourite. Which is your favourite? I look forward to reading your comments. Thank you so much for watching the video. Click like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And yeah, take it easy. See you all really soon.